Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to English class. Today we are going to explore a wonderful poem, My Shadow, which has been written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Before we start the poem, let's talk about the writer. Robert Louis Stevenson was a famous Scottish writer. He was born in 1850 and died in 1894. He wrote stories, poems, and travel books. He is best known for writing Treasure Island, Kidnapped, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The poem My Shadow is one of his most loved poems for children. Dear students, today we are going to learn about a special friend who is always with us. It follows us, copies us, and looks just like us. Do you know who is it? Yes, our shadow. Shadow is a dark shape made on a surface when something blocks the light. In this poem, the poet talks about his shadow as if it is alive. So let us read and find what he says about this funny friend. Stanza 1. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me, from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. In this stanza, the poet says that he has a little shadow that always follows him everywhere. He wonders what can be the use of this shadow because he cannot understand it fully. The shadow looks exactly like the poet from head to toe. Whenever he jumps, the shadow jumps along with him. Stanza 2. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball. And he sometimes gets so little that there is none of him at all. Dear students, in stanza 2, the poet says that the shadow is funny because it changes its size. Sometimes the shadow grows very tall quickly, unlike real children who grow slowly. At times it becomes so small that it almost disappears. The poet compares the fast growth of the shadow to an India rubber ball, which bounces and stretches easily. Stanza 3. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play and can only make a fool of me. In every sort of way, he stays so close behind me. He's a coward you can see. I'd think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. In stanza 3, the poet says that the shadow doesn't know how to play like a normal children. It only copies him. The poet says that my shadow always stays behind me, as if it is afraid of something. The poet calls his shadow a coward. Coward means a person who is not brave. The poet says that the shadow is like a child who always sticks to Nursey. Nursey means nanny or a person who takes care of a baby. The poet says that if he behaves like his shadow, he would be ashamed. He would feel shame. Stanza 4. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. In stanza 4, the poet says that one morning he wakes up very early and goes outside before sunrise. What he sees there, he sees the shining dewdrops on the buttercups, on the flowers. But he notices that his shadow is not there. He imagines that his shadow is lazy and has stayed at home and may be sleeping in bed. Dear students, the poem teaches us that our shadow is always with us, copying everything we do. It behaves like a playful friend who follows us everywhere. It also shows that a shadow changes its size and shape depending on the light. The poet wants us to observe small everyday things around us and enjoy their wonders. Hope you enjoyed the poem. Thank you.